The most fun moment of the evening for me personally was this one where Shawn Fain, and we should say Sean O'Brien, the president of the Teamsters, apparently basically got ghosted by the Democratic Party. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, but I don't know if from a tactical strategic level, if that's the best move to make, but for the Democrats, but nevertheless, Shawn Fain was speaking on the first night, and I don't remember there being at least in my, lifetime, or at least in my sort of more adult lifetime, there being a more popular union leader than Shawn Fain. And here he is. Came up wearing a shirt. You could sort of see what was going on with the jacket, but then it apparently got very hot in the convention hall.
For the UAW and for working class people everywhere, this election comes down to one question. Which side are you on? On one side, we have Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who have stood shoulder to shoulder with the working class. On the other side, we have Trump and Vance, two lapdogs for the billionaire class who only serve themselves. So for us in the labor movement, it's real simple. Kamala Harris is one of us. She's a fighter for the working class. And Donald Trump is a scab. That's not just my opinion. That's a fact.
Wait, do we have the moment where he takes his coat off?
He takes his coat off. We'll find that. You may have gotten a hint as to what this T-shirt says based on
yes. Here we go.
Some of what he said during that speech. Yeah, we got it here. He took it off.
In the words of the great American poet, Nellie, it's getting hot in here.
The thing I love about this is obviously, I like Trump being called a scab, but I also like the term scab being, introduced back into the lexicon in such an unmitigated sort of like disfavorable way. I mean,
as people in the audience hold up union yes signs.
Yeah. I mean, this
Trump's
is
a scab. Yeah.
I just don't I mean, maybe I've just haven't, there wasn't as much focus in the past on it, or maybe I wasn't paying as much attention. But like this type of of union militancy, and this is just a rally, but it is a rally in the sort of like the what is the mainstream of the Democratic Party, and for unionism to be so full-throatedly cheered, and the idea of being a scab being associated with Donald Trump. That's pretty good. I mean, one of the ways I get my kids to behave at times, I'm like I say, you are acting like Donald Trump. And so if these things can be internalized,
Wow.
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that, being so full-throatedly pro-union. I mean, when I was hearing about unions as a young teenager, it's like, are these, or strikes, for instance, it'd be like, strikes, they seem kind of scary and bad,
Yes.
maybe. And now we're calling people scabs, so
Yep.
interesting.
It's
Exactly.
definitely different. And, there's facts behind it. I mean, Trump said he was going to keep the jobs in the United States, but there was that infamous case of the General Motors plant in, I guess it was in Ohio, where he particularly said, don't move, don't sell your house. We will keep this plant here. And the plant moved and Trump didn't do anything about it. And so there's like both a material track record and, of course, the obvious politics of the Republican Party, but for Trump specifically, that the UAW has decided I think Shawn Fain has rightfully decided to take that on head on, which I am appreciative of.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can recall when Biden ended up walking the picket line, Trump, in sort of competition with him, met with auto workers or workers who weren't working specifically in the plants, but working sort of like subsidiary parts manufacturers.
Right.
And they were all non-union shops.
Yeah.
And so, Trump was basically, he wasn't really hiding the ball very much.
O'Brien mentioned Amazon at his RNC speech. Fain mentioned Stellantis over and calling them out over the idled plant that he's trying to get reopened and restarted. So I like that sort of immediate tactical approach too.
Yep. It's a great platform in which to leverage some of that. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.